What's up, y'all? This is ruffiankick. I got a Q&A with you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into that shit. Like and subscribe. You know, put some comments. If you got some more questions, put them down in the comments. You know what I mean? This is gonna be pretty cool. Just thought I'd have fun with you guys with that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, let's get started. All right. So first question is from John Bedoya. I'm gonna try and do this all in one take, one sitting. I don't know. Anyway, excuse me. First question from John Bedoya. The question is, first vinyl you ever bought? Okay, he got two questions. First vinyl you ever bought, and pancake or waffles. So we'll start with the first question. Actually, pancake or waffles for me. Answer would be waffles. I like waffles way better than pancakes. I don't know why. Waffles are kind of cooler to fuck around with. They're easier to cut in certain ways with your fork. Sometimes pancakes can be kind of overdone. Waffles, you can get them bitches from the store, throw them in the microwave, throw them into the toaster, whatever you want to do, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for the next question would be first vinyl I ever bought. That would have to be Nas's One Mic single. It had one mic. It had Second Childhood on one side. It's my favorite Nas song. One of my favorite Nas songs of all time. It's got the instrumentals and the clean version for One Mic. It's a dope ass cover. It's like black and orange. It's got him sitting in the middle of the room with a chair holding the microphone from the music video. I got that. That was my first record I ever bought. You know what I'm saying? I still got that around here somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's definitely around here somewhere. Next question. Next question is from the homie Occupy Mars. What's up, bro? Question is, how do you get your mix so clean? I actually make a master rack that has like everything I need in it. That way all I gotta do is just take that shit, drag it into the master, do everything there. You know what I'm saying? It started with this 303 vinyl simulator. It's like a simulator, and it was for Ableton. You was able to like literally fucking. It didn't have the wave shit, but like I put it in there anyway. I sold vinyl for that, and then yeah, that was kind of where it started. But I would put everything else in there: compressors, EQ, utility, fucking beat repeat. Everything's in that master rack. You should see it. It's got like probably like 14 different little pieces in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I get my mixes clean. I take the time to listen to everything. I have some Audio Technica in, I think, MTH30s. I forgot how they call them. But I got those, and I got my KRKs. So I make sure I listen closely to everything, make sure it sounds right. Even if I'm trying to emulate that dirtiness, or if I'm just trying to do it with my own flavor, my own taste, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that answers that question. Thanks for asking that, Mars. That's dope. My next question is from PRGMAT. I want to say Pragmat. Or Pragmat. I have no clue. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but you have been a follower for me for years, so bless up for that. Question is the OG or the SX? He's referring to the SP44, the original one, or the SX. Currently, I've never used the OG 44. I would like to use it because I heard it still has external source resample, which the SX doesn't have that, but it gets the job done though. I'm trying to make sure I'm still able to do shit with it. You know what I mean? But if I was to choose between both of them, honestly, I'll go with what I know. I'll go with the SX. You know what I mean? I have used the 303 before. I have used the 505. I own one. I used to own a 303, and I really like those. But the 44 OG and the 555 I've never touched. So I've touched the 555, but I never used one. But anyway, that kind of answers that little question. You know what I mean? I appreciate you coming through with that question. That's a good one. The next question comes from Louis.Armani. What's up, dude? Thanks for that question. The question is going to be the best thing that I've ever learned on the 303 when I owned one. Honestly, it was that resample, the external source resample. Nigga, it was so easy to do shit. I could have shit lined in through the input from Ableton and play chords or drums and shit. It was quick. The workflow was way faster than the SX. But that was the dopest shit I learned. It was that. And there's another thing I liked on there. It was the way the compressor works on there. There's two different compressors on there. There's the vinyl sim compressor and then there's the OG normal compressor. But using both of them, I had a lot of fun with. You know what I mean? So I don't got that many beats from the 303, but I do have them around there somewhere. You guys can check it out. For example, that fucking 13-minute cassette soup. Most of those beats were 505, 303, Ableton mixture. You can go through them and pick and figure out which one it was. You know. Next question comes from the homie Ice Water. He goes by 777s. I think it's underscore 777s. That's the homie, collabed with him, not that long ago. Definitely continue to collab with him. Don't worry, I got you, my nigga. But the question that he asked me is, what do I plan to do with my music? To be truly honest with you, wherever music takes me, what I really want to do with it is get it in people's ears. I want people to hear what I got. That's what I plan to do with it. I don't got no crazy super duper ambitions or nothing like that. I just enjoy enjoying. I just enjoy what I do, basically. You know what I mean? I like putting stuff out. I like getting people to see if they like it or don't like it. You know what I mean? So far, it's been people liking it. But you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how I like it. That's what I'm planning on doing. All right, next question is from the homie Def Smoke. What up, nigga? The question that he's asked is, how's beat making changed my life? And what doors has it opened for you, for me, while choosing this path? I would say the way that it's changed my life is it's helped me meet a lot of people that I didn't think I would ever meet if I wasn't doing music. You know what I mean? Like, maybe my music taste would have took me that route as well, but actually being able to collab with people and having people tell me shit like, oh, I'm trying to get like you, or I'm trying to, learn how to use the full 4, I'm trying to learn how to do this. It's pretty inspiring when I got my own peers like hitting me up, and it's a community. So I would say if the way it's changed my life is that it's helped me jump into that community the right way. So I know a lot of people. I'm able to go and do sets. I'm able to go and do shows. I'm able to go and do little tapes and this and that, and I'm able to make money on it. So that's how it's changed my life. Actually, I like that. You know what I mean? It's also made me appreciate a lot of other people's music as well. You know what I mean? And artwork and everything. So yeah, that answers your question. Good looking. All right, so the next question comes from the homegirl Mikla. What's up, girl? Thank you for asking this question. This is a really nice one. Favorite sample and what was it used in? The answer to that is going to be That's Alright With Me by Esther Phillips. For those who don't know who that is, he's an old soul singer. She has a very churchy voice, very wholesome sounding. She's done covers of a lot of stuff and some of her own stuff, but that song in particular, it's like one of my favorite samples. I have the record. I always listen to that sample when it comes on. It was used in most recently, I could think, is like one of them J. Cole songs from 2014 Forest Hills Drive. But I would say most predominantly it's been used on I think it was Whatever by J. Rue. If you listen to Whatever by J. Rue, that's like the main tune for the song. It's also used on that Mobb Deep song. I just can't remember the name of the track, but it's like doom 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 doom. That's the shit. That's my favorite sample of all time right there. You know what I mean? Thank you for that, Mikla. Next question is, how do I deal with producer's block? And that's from the homie Eli of Earth. What's up, dog? Numerical. No, I'm just playing. But how you deal with producer's block? To be honest with you, I'm on a block a lot. But whenever I am on a block, the best way I deal with it is I listen. I just sit back, breathe, listen to a lot of different types of music and samples. I listen to a lot of samples more than I listen to hip hop. So I would say that's how I get rid of a block. That will inspire me to do more stuff. Maybe taking a break and doing something else that involves your creativity could help you think of shit for another creative moment. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I could get rid of a block. You know what I mean? But it all boils down to if you really want to make the beat today. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Anyway, thanks, Eli. Next question comes from the homie Illingsworth. What's up, Dr. Illingsworth? Big fan of your shit, bro. His question is, when is my next project? To be honest with you, it would probably be out right before my 28th birthday, which is next month. So that's when I plan on actually getting some stuff out for New Miracle Records. So yeah, I'm shooting around that time, maybe right around Tax Day, maybe the birthday, maybe sometime that month. But that's the goal, you know what I'm saying? But thanks, I appreciate you asking that question, bro. Appreciate that. Another question from the homie Mars, Occupy Mars. He asked me who inspired me to make music. It's kind of hard to answer that one because there's so many people. Because like even people like you guys, like who are listeners or people who also make music, you guys inspire me. But if you're going back to when I was young, maybe like fucking probably 8, I would say what the first like CD that kind of had me like, dude, these beats are dope was like TLC's Fan Mail album. That shit was dope. That was one of my favorite albums. But as far as hip hop, it was Redman's Muddy Waters. Like Eric Sermon's, the way he did his beats and shit, I kind of had that in my mind. Like, fuck, I want to do shit like this. Like, I want to start making beats for real, for real. So that's what got me into actually wanting to DJ and collect vinyl and CDs and all that. So I'll say that's probably that was the inspiration at first. As far as like beats, like I think Madlib was the main inspiration as far as making beats. So like TLC got me into the sound of beats. Redman and Eric Sermon got me into how beats could be done versus that other shit. And then like Madlib and Flying Lotus, I think and Can Kick, which is what you're hearing right now. Those 3 were like the main niggas that I was like, yo, I want to do shit like this. I want to do shit like this. This is dope. Madlib and Can Kick, Lupac, all that shit, because they were West Coast niggas and they were doing dope shit that was not what New York niggas and shit was doing. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to New York, but I'm from the West, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for that question, Mars. I appreciate it, man. All right, this next question is for the homie. I think I said your name right, Paz Bits. What do you feel about production used in mainstream music today? Like, how do I feel about it? Honestly, I don't know how to feel about all of it, but I do like trap style beats. I make some sometimes. It's not my main thing, but it's on the side, a little novelty. But trap style beats are really cool. But the way I feel about it is that sometimes it can get saturated. Sometimes people could be trying to do too much of the same shit that someone else did. And that's kind of even how I feel about certain lo-fi too. Like sometimes niggas do the same shit as someone else, and I'm just like, dude, where's your style at? One sample change is not the same as like being your own style. That's how I feel. And even when it goes back to trap, like I might have heard these rhythms before. You know what I mean? But there's definitely been some exceptions, and I say that's kind of what how I feel about it. I feel like the exceptions are dope. The biters are not really as cool. You know what I'm saying? Like those type beats, I can't stand how niggas is using type beats. You know what I'm saying? Like Logic type beat, Kendrick type beat. Like that's cheesy to me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just being real. I'm just keeping it 100. That's cheesy. But that's how I feel about mainstream music production today. You know what I'm saying? All right, next question is from the homie Black Shaman. What up, dog? Anyway, he's got a couple of them. He's got have you ever had to replicate a beat to another piece of hardware that was no longer functioning? And if I did, can I elaborate on it in that bittersweet topic? Yeah, I got a couple beats that I've had a long time ago, back when I was using GarageBand, and then like I was like, nigga, I need that beat again, but I didn't have a file no more, so I had to sit there and remake it on a whole different software. And I was like, ugh. The reason why it's annoying is because you can never get it to sound exactly the same as shit, you know. Even going back to like when I fucking like went on GarageBand, sometimes the shit would crash and your beat wouldn't be saved. You had to go try to redo that shit again. I was like, because it's just because you already spent all that time doing it, you forgot to save. That's your shit. That's your fault. You didn't save. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I had to deal with there. You know what I'm saying? But that was how I felt. The feeling was just like, shit, I need to start saving my shit, real shit, because I can't keep losing my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Next question. Next question is still from the homie Black Shaman. Great questions, by the way, everybody so far. But this question is, what is my personal BPM range that I usually do when I'm experimenting with shit? Honestly, I rock double time. If you know what that is, if it's like 70 BPMs, it's really 140 BPMs. To me, I go up in there because that's how my head nod is. My natural head nod is like this. You know what I mean? It's not like this all the time. But my personal range, I say it's probably between like 145 to like 162. Mostly though, I'll probably be around 155, 152. You know what I mean? That would probably be my lower range. I like that slower, low riding shit. You know what I'm saying? I like shit like that. So that's the range I usually fuck with. I used to do it like 92 BPM shit, but I don't know. Shit started slowing down for me. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know. But yeah, that's one. Next question. Next question is still from Black Shaman. He asked me. He asked me, "What is the weirdest shit I've ever sampled?" Shit. If I can think back as far as I can, fuck. I don't know about that. You know what? I do remember sampling a fucking like an '80s track from this chick. Her name was Cherie, and it was a similar sample to what Dilla sampled. But me, when I sampled it, I didn't really. That was around my first time really messing with '80s samples. And it was just kind of hard. Was it Cherie? No, actually, no, I'm tripping. It wasn't Cherie. It was BB&Q Band. It was a Imagination. I don't remember if you guys remember that beat, Imagination. That sample was weird. It was kind of weird figuring out the downbeat on that sample. And that one was one of the harder ones I had to make, but I still made it. Another one is a beat that's still in fucking limbo right now. It was a intermission by, like, I think it was I don't know, what is it? Singers Unlimited or something like that? No. Love Unlimited Orchestra. And I could not get a chord progression down for the life of me. That shit was hard as fuck. I couldn't do it. I have no clue, but that shit was weird as fuck to sample. It wasn't like weird as in like the sample itself was weird. It was just fuck. Like how the fuck am I supposed to do this? But I don't know, it took me like 7 hours to even figure something out, and then by the time I figured it out, I said never mind. Like 7 hours, nigga, 7 hours. But that's fuck that. Next question. This is a pretty interesting question. I always talk about this with people. This question is number 4. It's question 4 from Black Shaman. He says, "Do I think that lo-fi is trending, or I think that it's a little diluted?" I'll be honest. Like I enjoy listening to lo-fi. It has its times. I also do some lo-fi projects. You know what I mean? Because it is definitely a beautiful sound. But I feel like it is becoming a little diluted, just because like it's kind of a little both. It's trending because people are finding easier ways to make dope shit, but it's a little diluted because you're hearing kind of the same things being done. There's only a handful of people that I listen to that have actually done something different with it, and where you kind of question, is it even still considered lo-fi? But then you realize it is. Like, I think only one on the top of my head I can think of is Swoon. Some of his shit that he started making sounded lo-fi, like traditional lo-fi, and then the shit after that kind of was a mixture of lo-fi trap, which is actually kind of one of my favorite mixtures of it. But I feel like lo-fi itself works better being mixed with some other version of hip-hop. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about that. Me and my homie Uwe, shout out to the homie Uwe, but we always talk about this shit. We both do this type of music, but we always feel like the term lo-fi is being kind of overused and kind of just thrown around. Oh, this is very lo-fi. Like, nigga, I understand that, but is your beats still a beats? You know what I mean? That's how I feel sometimes. So, but we always talk about that shit. That's a good question. I really appreciate you chiming in, Black Shaman. Respect, bro. All right, so this next question is from Iris717. What's up, Miss Jackson? Anyway, question is, do I have any tours planned? Right now, I don't have anything planned, but I do have options to go and try and do more shows with Brunch Collect over in Arizona. I do also want to try and branch out across the states. That's kind of what I want to also do with music that I didn't chime in earlier, is that I want to travel with it. I want to be able to move around, meet people that because I'm always talking to people online. Yo, what's up, nigga? Yo, what's going on? You got that beat? Shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to meet a nigga in person, be like, yo, dog, touch my 404. Like, weird shit like that. I like doing nerdy musical shit like that with people, you know what I'm saying? So, my next tours that I got planned, I don't have anything fully planned right now, but I am going to put in the effort to actually go and get back out there to Arizona for the meantime until I get other plugs to go to other places. It all boils down to money and places to stay as well as transportation, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm going with that. But thank you so much for chiming in on that question, Iris. Appreciate it, girl. Okay, so these last questions from my homegirl, Lost Girl, Amy. What's up, girl? You know I love you, homie. Gang. Anyway, she got some good questions here as well. First question is, what do you think your life would be like if you would have never, if you would have gave into your doubts and like gave up on making music? Um, I would probably be super unhappy because it's a feeling like, you know, like I've been doing this for like going on 10 years now. Like, and I feel like when I'm not fit, like creating, I have a tendency to be kind of apathetic, like where I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to do shit. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do music. I don't want to do art. I don't want to draw. I don't want to watch movies. I'd probably be fat as fuck, like sitting here not wanting to go and do shit. But if I would have given him my doubts, I probably would have been pretty unhappy. That's probably the biggest thing there. But that's to answer that question. We got more. Next question. She says, "How does my music make me feel?" It makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel good that I can actually get people to vibe. Like I feel like every sound is a vibration. Of course, that's like physics. You know what I mean? Side note: that was my college major was physics. But back to what I was talking about. I always wanted to make people feel good musically. Like, yo, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Uh, I wanted to have people that just keep bumping my shit. And I'm not too like I don't really do well with fucking compliments all the time, but I'm learning that. That's music's also learning. They taught me that to do well, like how to take compliments well. You know what I mean? So that's something that I really liked. You know, and that's kind of how my music makes me feel. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel strong. It doesn't make me feel like I'm condescending to people. It doesn't make me feel none of that shit or cocky or nothing like that. It just makes me feel good to know that I'm in somebody's ears musically, and in their brains. You know what I'm saying? People can feel me based off of what I make. That's fucking ill as fuck. That's really cool. That's no other feeling greater than that. You know what I'm saying? So, great question. I got some more from you, Amy. Thank you. Okay, so this question is there a deliberate difference in your style of beat making when you are in different moods, happy, sad, angry? I'm just gonna throw in hungry as well because I definitely do have different styles. It's weird. It's subconscious because it's like I don't intentionally go and say I'm gonna make a sad ass beat. But if I'm sad, sometimes a sample will speak to me different, or even just playing around with some chords, they'll speak to me different than it would if I was happy or if I was pissed off about something. You know what I mean? Like for example, sampling funk music. I can't sample funk music when I'm pissed off. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I can do it when I'm really, really relaxed. You know, same with jazz. As far as jazz, if I'm hungry or if I'm really tired and sleepy, I can't sample jazz. It makes me more hungry and more sleepy. I don't know if that's a problem, but yeah, it's kind of funny though. I like the fact that I put that in there. But yeah, I would say for like a best example is like if you go to my Escape EP, that shit is I was sad as fuck the whole time I made that shit. So and I had some anger in there. So if you listen to it, you could probably tell what beats were which. You know what I mean? That's kind of the funny thing about it. But yeah, that's one example right there. Okay, so this last question. The last question is: what is a profound moment of your life that music has given you? Whether like you were listening to a song, making a beat at a concert, felt at your lowest, or just some aspect of the music that lifted you up and gave you a small epiphany. And Amy would like me to describe that. Let me go ahead and describe that. One moment that kind of took me and was like, fuck, like, this is exactly what the fuck I want to do was when I went to my first, like, LA adventure for music was like in 2010. I went to go see DiBiase, John Wayne, fucking who else was there? Exile was there, House Shoes was there, MED was there, J Rock was there. This is when Fat Beats was closing. Like they were closing their stores. Like they weren't doing physical sales in a store anymore. They're doing everything online. So we went to their producer showcase, the first one that they did. And that's when I met DiBiase. That's when I met John Wayne. That's when I met a lot of people that I listen to now. But like back then, I was young as fuck. I think I was like 20, and like I was just super excited about all of it. It's like I want to do this, nigga. Like I want to do this. I want to be up there doing shit like that. I want people to be like, yo, nigga, your shit's dope. But that was like the epiphany that was like, yo, don't quit this shit. Because at that point, I'd only been doing it for like 2 years or something like that. You know what I mean? But when I went there, that was what told me like, yo, son, don't quit this. You got this. You already know Niggas know you now. Niggas know who you are. Me and DiBiase became pretty good friends after that. You know what I mean? Like, I still talk to him. I still visit him with some of the shows. Big up, shout out to DiBiase. But that's one great moment right there. As far as a moment where I felt at my lowest was 2011. I took a break from music. I was going through some things with the girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend. 2011 is worst year for music for me, even though I had a couple of good songs that came out that year. But I took a long ass break. I didn't take a break for the whole year, but it was probably about 4 or 5 months because I was moving from LA back to IE. You know what I mean? And that was kind of my lowest. But then after that, when I got back into doing shit, I noticed that one of my good friends that we was doing music with, fucking Quetions, back then he went by a different name. I started noticing he got on. I was like, oh shit, these niggas is pulling out of our circle, nigga. Like, that's how I felt. So that was another epiphany that got me back into it. So shout outs to Quetions. I'm glad you got successful off of what you're doing, man. Very talented ass nigga, bro. Peace up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was kind of like the feeling. The feelings that I got just kind of felt like a renewed vibe. Like, yo, go ahead and start over, man. Just start over. So I changed my name up. Purchased a 404 to see what that was about. Got more serious in the Ableton. Bought more stuff for my studio. Excuse me. Started meeting more people. Started putting more stuff on YouTube. That's why you go on my YouTube. There's a huge gap between like 2000, even 2013. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a huge gap until 2000, I don't know, 15 or something like that. But yeah, that was kind of like another example of that shit, though. So great questions, everybody. Appreciate you, Amy, as well for throwing these really nice questions. That was really good. It kind of made me go back on it. But yeah, crazy. Thank you. All right, so that's been the first Q&A. I'm going to be doing a lot more Q&A videos, so you guys can ask me any questions. It doesn't have to be pertaining to music. It could be anything. I like the engagement of talking to you guys about shit that it's pretty cool what you guys want to hear about. But yeah, most def. Like, you guys, thank you for chiming in on those videos. Sorry for how long the video is. I don't really have any editing software, but when I do get some, you're gonna definitely see the videos a little bit more trimmed and polished. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, once again, this is ruffiankick. I'm signing off. I appreciate you guys. Next videos are gonna probably be some beat videos for you guys and some more shit to show you. You know what I mean? So anyway, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you like. Listen to my music. I'll have a lot of my music in the description below. Thank you. Have a great night.